Welcome to girls tennis match. Today we're watching Singles One out here in a windy afternoon right here on the Grandview tennis fields. My name is Valet.
I'm Jake Chow.
And welcome. We're first starting off with a Grandview serve, I believe they have started. Just ended their warm-up.
Yeah, it should be a good one against V1 for Cherry Creek.
V1, toughest match of the year. We have Singles One, Madeline H.
It's Wilson Marin Shutter. You know, Valet, you're going to have to help me with this scoring because I don't know it at all. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's all right. I have a lot of experience in this field. So
Were you JV captain this year?
Unfortunately, we didn't even pick captains this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A great volley there from Shutter.
Taking advantage of that wind, unfortunately, didn't quite get it in.
Yeah, a little bit too much on it.
I think she just said love all, so we might actually be starting now.
Okay.
Great second serve, keeping it going. That was a great shot from Singles One on Cherry Creek side. We have the ball just getting right past Maddie, or Maryland.
Marin. Yeah, there you go. Still getting used to it ourselves.
Love 15, first serve. Was that a beautiful serve or just out?
That looked like it was in from my vantage point.
Looks like it was just out. Second serve. Great return back. It was one-handed backhand. I love those.
Great strong service back. Can't quite get the reception.
Tried to go behind the back there. Not enough. Whatever that is.
Power.
Power, yeah. That's a good word. But yeah, really windy out here today. We're really expecting for that to play a big part in the game. Looks like we were off by the scoring a little bit. They may have started a little bit earlier. And the first game goes to Cherry Creek. They're now switching sides. Yes. Grandview 0, Creek 1 of the first set. It's going to be a tough match.
Isn't it first to 6 wins the set, and then got to win 2 out of 3 sets?
Yep, and win by 2.
Yes.
For games, they have add, and the set you must win by 2 games. 7-7 tiebreaker, highly unlikely. We'll go over the tiebreaker rules once we get there.
Yeah, and that third set, I believe it goes to 10.
It may.
If they get there, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Shutter looks comfortable out there to start. Keeping it close. Still early in this one. A lot of tennis left to be played.
Love all first serve on the Creek. Nice and slow, playing it safe, and that's an out.
Wow. Close there, and yeah, Shutter's getting some help from the net early. Got a couple of low volleys, keeping it close to that net.
I would say I didn't expect for that slow serve coming right out of the game.
Could also be the wind. It's really pushing, feels like towards that back half.
Right, and this may be a safe game that they're playing out here with the wind having such a big factor in what we're going forward with here. All right, 30 love for Creek. First serve. Way wide. We're seeing the wind maybe playing a bigger role than we expected in this.
Incline to the right here on your screen, left to right.
Uh-oh, we got a cap on the court.
Yeah, bundling up a little bit here in the singles 2 court from Cherry Creek.
These windy tennis days are what get you. Make the game fun, more unpredictable.
Yeah, I think part of the reason they also moved up the game start time from 3:45 to 3 is the expecting of snow, rain coming in. And you can feel the weather right now. It's great adjustment. Shutter trying to capitalize on it.
And that's an out. Looks like we may be going to a 40 love for Creek. Looks like that is what we're going towards. Second serve. Just to the right.
Yeah, hard to serve here with that wind. Flies up and it just kind of takes it.
Double fault right there. Looks like Grandview may have a little bit more of a chance to combat these slow serves.
Yeah, it keeps the door open almost. Yeah, you really got to work on pushing the ball harder than you think or that you're used to because of that wind. It just falls right all the way back. You see that?
Yeah. That wind pushing it, another double fault right there. 40-30 for Grandview. We may be heading towards deuce.
So help me understand these rules, Ville. How does this scoring work?
All right, so we have, when you start off, now if that was out, that would have been a brilliant rally right there, but sorry for getting distracted.
No, not at all.
Just out. So we start off, you start on the right when you're serving, it's love all, and whenever it is even, you add it up, 15 all, 30 all, 15 40, you're serving on the right side. If it's odd, you're serving on the left side. And once you get to 40 all, which is also called deuce, then it's win by 2. So you get the advantage, meaning you have to win 2 points in a row to win the game. And we would have been going to deuce right there, but because she just hit, Grandview just hit it out, we are going to be giving that game to Creek.
So now 2-0 Creek, is that correct?
It would appear that there is some sort of an argument whether that last ball went out or not. From our vantage point, it does seem that it went out, but the players seem to be deciding the fate of this game.
I think they're going to play it out. So is it first to 40?
First to game, which would be 60.
Okay. So the scoring goes 15, 30, 40, 60?
But we don't ever say 60, it's just game.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, looks like we're giving Creek the win. Grandview back to serve. Love all, 0-2 Grandview. Starting off, and that's out. If it hits the net, but it is in the square, they get a redo. It's called let. But if it hits the net and it goes out, that costs them their serve. And looks like that 2 serves, and looks like that's a double fault right there. Double fault means they missed both their serves.
Yeah.
Love 15, Grandview, first serve, 0-2.
Is it Love 15, Cherry Creek up? Or Grandview up?
Creek is up.
After the, okay.
The first score is the serving side.
Gotcha.
Phenomenal first serve and a attempted lob right there if they were at the net.
Yeah, it's really difficult with this wind, you can tell.
Yeah. That would have been really well. The racket was pointing a bit up.
So 30, or Love 30 now.
Love 30.
Cherry Creek up. Third game. Okay. Getting the hang of it.
Not too complicated. Looks like she's standing on Whoa. They are standing on the wrong side. It's all right. All fun and games here, even though it's love 30. And, oh, the wind helping her out right there. Unfortunately, that backhanded overhead didn't really get in.
Yeah, hard to control those.
We are missing some points here because that was game. Creek 3, Grandview 0. They're switching sides one more time. This wind is making it really unpredictable. Those overheads and the slices are going way farther than Shutter is expecting them to go, it seems. And Creek is playing it very safe with those slow serves, which is pretty much the strat right now, because you don't want to play it risky like we're seeing over here, because the wind is going to play a big factor in this game. All right, 3-0 love all Creek.
Yeah, I think if you're both sides, you really just got to focus on getting it over the net. Just kind of seeing what the ball does, whether wind takes it. Just focus on getting it over and go from there.
Are we going to see a lob here? We're seeing that was a great hit to the side, getting into that corner.
Yeah, great placement too, especially with the wind.
That's what you want to do, is you want to find the right timing, and you don't want to give them too much to get prepared for what's coming next. 15 love.
Yeah, Cherry Creek up in this fourth game.
Finding those hard to follow through on. Getting those low serves in. Clearly, a lot of thinking is going into this. When the sides have been switched, she's going faster with her serves, but when she's facing the wind, she's going slower, giving her the advantage.
Yeah, get some carry and some spin on it as well. As her turn is out.
The first serve was out. Now second serve. And that's out. Again, with those slices and the net play, we're seeing a lot of overshoots from that side coming this way because of the wind. We saw it first with Grandview, now we're seeing it with Creek. Nothing on the players, but just on the wind.
Yeah, but it really gives an advantage to whoever's on this left side. Allows them to kind of control the game a little bit more, although pushing into the wind is something hard, as you often overshoot because you're not expecting it.
Right.
It's a game of strategy.
I believe the score is 40-15. Creek in the lead of the fourth game. Oh, Creek in the lead of the fourth game.
Shutter returns.
Barely in. Placement is beautiful right there. Those one-handed backhands that's where she's struggling against the wind, because you need so much power for those, and the wind is working right against her for that.
Especially on the backhand to try to get that power in something that may not be as powerful as your forehand.
Right. Oh, 4. Second serve, 0-4 for Grandview. Getting that side spin on that ball every return is very good for Creek right there, because that's where you're going to get that ball deep. They're not going to get enough time to back up, and that's when you're going to get them to sidestep and try and get the ball under them. And it works, especially on a windy day like this.
Yeah, some great strategy. You can really see just how dominant Cherry Creek has been so far in this first set.
You can see with the foot placement of Grandview right here that we're going in for a slower serve. Beautifully played right there. Very good second serve there. Try and get it in the doubles lane. Obviously out in singles, as you know.
As I did know.
Did you know?
No, I had no clue.
Obviously, for the viewers at home who didn't know, in singles, the doubles lanes are out, which are the two lanes on the right and left. Analyzing that toss, it's going to the side as soon as it's going up. Look at that. Yeah, playing it nice and slow is the key here. Even that powerful two-handed backhand maybe hurting her in some cases, but when the side spin is on the ball, you want to do a one-handed backhand. That's your reaction, but it's windy.
Yeah, it makes it hard all around. Just to really do anything.
It's a great first serve. Yes, going in with that powerful double-handed backhand, keeping it going.
She's really attacking.
And that's where it gets her again. That side spin near the feet that's where the struggle seems to be, because you want to pick it back up, but you don't know how to do that with the wind going on.
Yeah, really windy here as it's picking up now.
As you can probably hear it in our mics, that serve going a little bit down past the service box. Oh, great opportunity right there, but again with the side spin.
Just quite couldn't get enough lift on it.
Got to follow through on that.
Yeah, so 5-0 deficit here for the Wolves, Mare and Shutter. Creek just 2 games from taking this first set 6-0.
Both of them getting some tips from their coaches. The wind is really playing a big factor in this game, and they got to get some words of advice in.
Oh, you know why this one doesn't work? Because I had it on mute. This thing works so well that it's like the only thing that could go wrong is human error. Like literally the only thing that could go wrong is human error.
What is this?
It's the same. This just falls off because it's this.
You lost one already?
I think it's in the box and it's like I didn't notice it.
Man, these get hot.
Why is it hot?
Maybe my ears are just hot.
Maybe.
Some words of encouragement from Coach Ryan there. Looks like Grandview may be making a comeback with those words of encouragement.
Yeah, 5-0 in this first set. As both players, yeah, really battling the wind.
Reassured that the wind is now on her side serving, Creek is ready to play these slow serves. Love all. First serve, beautifully in. And again, going a little bit to the right, coming back for Grandview. Going into the doubles lane right there. 15 love Creek, first serve. Again, with going into the left doubles lane right here, looking at it from Creek's perspective. As the wind is dying down, they got to readjust back to what they're used to. 30 love, first serve, and that was a great serve, perhaps unexpected.
It kind of died almost, and I think Shutter wasn't quite expecting it to die, expecting that bounce, but it didn't come.
40 love, second serve. This may be the end of our set here.
That one out. Close.
3 points lost to that backhand. Going a little bit to the left and out. That concludes our first set, going to Creek, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, so 6-0, 6-0 first set.
Just 6-0 first set.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, 6-0 first set as players reset here, and we get a second set.
All right, love 15 first, or love all. Starting off a new set. Phenomenal first serve, getting that right in on the line. We're playing a lot of high ball, it seems, which is good to play nice and safe, and that's where you get them. Grandview getting that point right there.
Yeah, looking good right now as hopefully that the set reset kind of helps Shutter reset her mind as well.
That's a great point. That helps a lot, where you can just put the other set behind you and go forward knowing it's a fresh start. 15 love first serve. Again with a beautiful low first serve. And then again referring back to that high game in order to give yourself a little bit more time. And it seems that it was in. 15 all.
Yeah, great attacking there on the near side from Creek. Both these players freshmen, but very strong mental games, it feels like.
100%, yeah. Because this wind is hard to play against. And these serves are getting in every time, because that wind before was definitely affecting them negatively, and now it's coming in.
That's great attack there from Shutter.
That's where you want to get them, reduce the amount of time they have to move across the court. That's where you want to avoid those high balls, and that's why Shutter playing against, or not Shutter, Creek playing against the wind wants to go for those high balls, and that's where Shutter wants to capitalize against. Do not give her any chance to get those high balls in. 30-15. That serve seemed to be in, and that serve was called out. Second serve, 30-15.
Yeah, the players calling their own game. The outs and ins.
Great opportunity there, but again with that backhand overhead, we're seeing a little bit of struggle on Shutter's side with that. But it makes sense. Those are hard to know how to get in when you're not used to playing in the wind. And our Grandview courts are structured very well, where it's not structured where it's one person against the wind and one person for the wind. And seems like there's some confusion there. Shutter thought her own serve was out, but it was actually in. And that's going to bring us to, I believe, 40-30. Second serve. And that is the conclusion of the game. It was 30-40, in fact. Creek taking another win. Starting off strong, their second set. 1-0. Now Creek is, they're switching sides. Creek is serving against the wind, I'm pretty sure. And that's where we're going to see a lot more fast serves coming our way.
Yeah, so 1-0 as yeah, Shutter looked a lot better in this first set, or in this second set than she did throughout the first. Got her mind into it a little bit more.
And the wind was much calmer. in this one.
Yeah, picking back up here as the return looked like it was out.
Simple mistake right there. No worries. 15 love. These serves are getting faster now as she's playing against the wind. And surprisingly, she's giving her the high side spin, and good picking up right there.
And got her off balance as well. Great point right here. Shutter on the return.
And we're seeing a lot of high balls being given to Shutter, but her strategy seems to be to have Creek mess up rather than to capitalize on that high ball, because otherwise, if she does capitalize it on incorrectly and she's able to return it, the returning high ball would be catastrophic.
Yeah, again, a very strong mental game from both sides. They know kind of how to play and what they need to do to combat this wind, stay in it.
Double fault there from Creek, something we don't see often on varsity. But the wind is
almost knocking over our stuff.
Our equipment is paying the price.
There's another fault there from Cherry Creek.
Another double fault?
No, just one.
Second serve.
Yeah, but that's 3 straight.
3 straight faults. The wind is changing direction, I would say.
It really feels like it is. It isn't really choosing one way or another.
Playing nice and safe with these high balls, going back and forth. Another high ball with a lot of topspin right there.
Yeah, barely got over. And Shutter, wow.
Playing it safe here, and that's where she should have capitalized on that one.
Yeah, I mean, she was holding that net up there, and just a little bit too much. She got a little too eager. Trying to balance that power with accuracy.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, folks, not 100% sure what the score is.
No, there isn't a big scoreboard telling us.
But it looks like
could be 40-30 for Creek.
That's what I would say it is. 40-30. They're on the deuce, or they're on the ad side. This point maybe the direction into a deuce right here. And that is the conclusion of this game. The set now 2-0 for Creek.
Do they typically switch after every 2 games?
Every time the addition of the scores is odd, they switch. So after the first game, then it's 1-2, 2-1, they switch, or 3-0.
Gotcha. Yeah, wind really picking up now.
Holding down our equipment as we head into our third game of the set.
Yeah, the things you got to do.
This wind is making this game seem more like gambling because you don't really know where the ball's going to go.
And I know both coaches really want to get this game through. They're going to do everything they can to try to see it all the way through without having to cancel or postpone. So
yeah, and we're seeing they're playing these points really fast.
they want to go home.
Yeah, they don't want to waste time out here. We're seeing Grandview not going with those slow serves that we saw Creek play when she was on this side, and 2 double faults as a result of that. Love 30 in the third game of the second set. First serve. And another out. This one did go over the net.
Yeah, really struggling to find it right now, and I think it's really just because of the wind. Like, it really makes it unpredictable, as you were saying, kind of like gambling. Not really sure where it's going to land. So hard to kind of play to it as there's another fault.
Third double fault of the game. Looks
Yeah.
like Creek doesn't need to hit the ball this game.
Yeah, and it really isn't Shutter's fault. It's just the wind and trying to find kind of that balance between how can I get it over the net while also landing it inside the court.
Love 40 first serve for Grandview. Another out. Going towards our second serve one more time. Or we may have missed a serve. We did miss a serve. 4-0 for Creek. They're switching, or 3-0 for Creek, excuse me. They're switching sides one more time. Some words of encouragement for Grandview. Take care of the win. Gotta look into it.
Yeah, it really, like, again, it's not so much the fact that Shutter is struggling against, the mighty Cherry Creek in tennis. How many state championships?
A lot of.
I know. Last year, I don't think they got it last year as a team. Oh, I think their girls did. Their boys didn't, which broke their 30-year streak or whatever it was.
I think that was 2 years ago.
Was it?
When Grandview won in 2020.
No, as a team.
I believe. Oh, as a team.
Yes.
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
I believe it was last year. It was 30 years straight for Creek, and I think Regis was the one who beat them. They won this year.
I thought the boys won state last year.
This year the boys definitely did.
I think it was this year. Yeah. That's my bad.
But the girls won in the spring last year.
It's 2023 boys they lost. 2024 boys won. Because they're in the fall. All right, going into our fourth game of the second set. First serve right here. Trying to play it slow, but the wind is so strong, even that may be working against them. Nice low balls here. Very risky, and it pays off for Grandview. Getting a point in love 15. That was very well played there by Shutter.
Looking it up to see.
Looking around at all the other teams, it looks like Grandview is falling behind of Creek as a team overall.
I was actually incorrect. Ralston Valley won last year.
Last year, as in this year?
As in 2024.
Oh.
Girls tennis.
Oh, girls, yeah.
They beat Cherry Creek, and then Cherry Creek had won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 prior, excluding the 2019 or 2020 season due to COVID-19.
Very slow balls here. And very high. Might be going for the overhead, but it seems to be called out. In fact, it's out of the fence of the courts, actually. Needs to be thrown in by a fellow spectator. Unfortunate tennis people are not throwers. Couple failures there, getting it over the fence, but
the wind does play a factor. But yeah, again, to that point, it's Shutter was struggling to get the ball over, and it's just because of that wind. Cherry Creek, a dominant team, have won 6 of the last 7 state championships as a team. But this wind really not helping either. A shutter, can't quite get it over.
That was the right strategy, I would say. But the wind, I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys if any of you are out there listening in on this conversation, but the wind is a very big factor in this game and definitely the determinant of the fate of this scrimmage.
And it's really who can overcome that adversity almost, because it's hard to, and it kind of messes with your head a little bit.
Redoing first serve right there, hit the net, seems to be in. Playing with a lot of topspin for Grandview, and it seems to be paying off with those high balls where you would think more capitalization would be seen. But again, with this wind, you don't want to be as predictable as hitting it really hard. But again, playing it long is also very risky because it goes too long like it just did. Another game going towards Creek right here. 0-5 for Grandview. Or 0-4. Excuse me.
4-0 Creek on top.
4-0 Creek. First point seems to have gone towards Creek. Love 15 first. Another out. Even when returning the balls, it's a lot of effort just to get it over. Imagine what it is actually playing in the game with these faster balls. And obviously it seems like the goal is for whoever's on our side, on the left side of your screen, is to slow the ball down, and whoever's on the opposing side is to speed it up. Because you want to work with that wind. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Great response there from Creek as the lob from Shutter just absolutely slammed down for Creek Point. And the game. So it looks like Creek is up 5-0 now. Just one game away from taking this second set and winning the line. So here we go, love all. Oh, almost did a curveball.
That side spin was very good, and if the racket had been pointing the right way, that would have been very tricky to return.
Also playing into the wind a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on this side, you want to slow the ball down as much as possible.
There's a miss hit. So 30 love for Creek.
Seems like Grandview is very adamant of speeding that ball up, getting it over with fast as possible. And Creek wants to play that slow game, giving those high balls. And that might be the strategy, because once you get those high balls in and you master how fast you need to get those, you know that the other person can't bring a high ball back without being tempted to make a lot of effort that way. Looks like the game has come to a conclusion. 6-0, 6-0. The win going to Creek here. The win
And the win.
The win is the real winner here.
It really is.
Or I guess, and the losers are the players, because this game could have been very fun if it were not for the wind.
Yeah, Cherry Creek taking on the 6-0, 6-0 two-set win.
Cool.
That'll conclude it.
Thank you for tuning in. If you did watch through the whole thing, congratulations to you too. You're a winner, just like the wind as well. And we apologize again with all the wind in the audio. What can we say? It was unpleasant, not only for us, but for everybody here. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
This has been Valet and Jake signing off.